Well, nearly a week after the March for Life, the fallout from the Covington incident continues as families are discussing possible legal action against smears. One America's Jack Posobiec sat down with their attorney. Take a look.
All right, here on One America News, we're very happy and honored to have on Robert Barnes, the lawyer who is representing multiple families in the Covington Catholic case. Robert, thank you so much for coming on with us.
Hey, absolutely. Glad to be here.
Tell me, so how many families have reached out to you at this point, if you're able to say?
Oh, sure. Over about 8 family members that we represent. We also represent multiple members of alumni, also other students who weren't there at the scene, but who have been subsequently subject to harassment, including people whose photos were in those, whose faces were in the photos that were lied about in the New York Daily News and other publications.
So what you're looking to do is put together basically a defamation case.
Exactly. It's basically going to be 3 different classes of people bringing claims of invasion of privacy, false light claims, libel claims, conspiracy to invade privacy, conspiracy to smear them, which are actionable under various theories under Kentucky law. Kentucky is the state where we will bring the claim in. And the 3 different classes are of the kids who were there at the Lincoln Memorial, the kids who were photographed, who were lied about what the meaning of those photographs were that spread around, including the 3.1 and including the blackface, which wasn't actually blackface at all, but a blackout. And third, alumni of the school who believe the school has been so defamed that it damages their professional reputation in a wrongful way, given you've had various media refer to it as a hate factory and all of these other crazy, delusional leftist theories, conspiracy theories about this school that are absolutely fabricated and false.
And now, who exactly are you bringing the claims against?
So probably it'll be any member of the media, any celebrity, or anybody with a significant social media platform who lied about these kids, who has taken no corrective or remedial or apology action by midnight Friday.
And one of the individuals I noticed at one point on your Twitter feed was actually Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
Yeah, and she would have been sued, but for the fact that within 2 hours of me requesting her to retract her statement and going public and national with our 48-hour till justice demand, she actually did completely delete her tweet. There's several other Congress people who have made false or misleading statements who have not retracted, and they may ultimately be subject to suit. We're waiting to see what they do before we go public concerning their course of conduct.
What is the school's response in all this, and to put that into context for folks, the school is part of the Catholic organization in the community known as a diocese, and so the school is actually part of this local school, the local church, and it all falls under the purview of local Bishop Foy's.
Yes, sadly, the local diocese has not appropriately handled this matter. First, they jumped to conclusions about their own kids, repeated the libels that came out or sort of presumed their truth, then retracted that, but didn't retract it fully in such a way that they vindicated their own kids. Now they are subjecting the kids to a social media blackout. In addition, as they're subjecting the kids to an inquisition of their own. So they've hired a corporate investigation service to talk to the kids, demanding freedom to talk to the kids. And the problem is there's a conflict of interest. The school, because they've made false statements about these kids and about their own kids and their own school system, has subjected the school system to undue and unnecessary legal risk. They now have an incentive to not do an appropriate, fair, and impartial investigation. And there's many people who question and challenge whether that investigation will, in fact, be as impartial as it should.
I want to actually hammer on that point. And so the school, in this case, the diocese, has called in these investigators, not necessarily to get to the bottom of the incident, because obviously that's already been portrayed throughout the 2-hour video that we've received. Everyone can see what happened at that incident. What the school is actually doing, in your view, is trying to protect themselves from that false statement that they put out.
Precisely. For example, the corporate investigation firm that's been hired by the diocese is aware of my representation, yet they've made no effort to reach out to us to be able to coordinate talking to the kids, to be able to coordinate information that we've received from thousands of volunteers across the country. Not only the excellent work that you do, Jack, and the One American News Network does, but also people from all across the country have been sending lots of information. They have gathered massive amounts of information that's relevant to this about the the premeditated nature of Mr. Phillips' conduct, about how this appeared to have been a coordinated hit on these kids, intended to sabotage and ambush these kids. Why isn't the school investigating those facts? Why isn't their investigative firm investigating those facts? Because that would vindicate the school and vindicate the students.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the fact that they've now asked, as an investigative unit, they want the kids to sit down with them and discuss with them. Is that something that you would advise?
My advice has been it's up to each parent. So because the school does have certain coercive power in its ability to discipline the kids or deny them access to educational opportunities and the rest, that the parents are put into a difficult position where they have to try to protect their kids both ways, protect their opportunities within the school system and protect them from a school system that might not have their students and their parents and the kids' best interest in mind. So my advice to all of the parents has been to take their own consideration and do what they think is the best decision.
What are the next steps that you're going to be taking forward here?
So we've given everybody 48 hours notice as of yesterday. That ends Friday midnight. And so we're continuing to gather information, continuing to inform people that have made offending statements that they should retract, that they should correct, they should take remedial action, affording them the opportunity they did not themselves afford these kids to not rush to judgment or to correct any rush to judgment.
Incredible. Robert Barnes representing the wrongfully accused students and families of Covington Catholic. Thank you so much for sitting down with One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.